this is possible. Like, this is possible. I did ask ChatGPT, please write me an easy beginner friendly pattern for amigurumi bunny. And they said, here's a super simple and beginner friendly crochet pattern that you can make and easily adjust as you please. I'm really interested to see what this looks like. Hi guys, welcome back to a brand new YouTube video with me. If you're new here, hi, welcome. I am Natasha from Yarn Over Natasha. I'm a full-time crochet pattern designer and content creator based here in South Africa. In today's video, we're going to see if we can debunk some comments that I have seen on Facebook where it's crochet patterns versus ChatGPT, aka AI. And if a ChatGPT can actually write patterns and copy patterns. So the latest comment that I've seen on Facebook is that you can take a designer's image that they've posted on Facebook. You can take that image, save it, upload it to ChatGPT image and ask them to rewrite a pattern for this image, and then it will write the pattern that it's seen in the image. And then you don't have to pay for any designer's pattern anymore. So we're going to test that theory with one of my own patterns. I'm going to upload it and see if AI and ChatGPT can actually rewrite my pattern and make it look exactly the same as it is in the image. Before we get into that and see if it can actually copy my pattern and if ChatGPT can write a proper pattern, we're first going to chat a little bit about AI and ChatGPT. So I posted about this in my Facebook group that this YouTube video will be coming out this week. And a couple of people actually asked me, what is ChatGPT? We don't know what it is. So ChatGPT is a program created by AI. Basically what it means is ChatGPT is a program where you can ask anything you want to. So you can ask him any question and he will answer it for you. He will be pulling data from the internet and data that he has collected over the years or over the time, and he will send it towards you and he will answer your question. So you can literally ask him anything and it will have an answer for you. Though ChatGPT can be useful, it can also be very harmful, especially when it comes to the crocheting community. I'm speaking specifically, there's many troubles that we have with AI, stealing art from artists and illustrated art. I'm specifically talking about crochet and the crochet community. And what's happening now is that scammers are actually asking ChatGPT and AI to create an image with a pattern, and then they sell this on Shopify and Etsy. They're basically selling a fake pattern. Although these AI images, crochet images, are great for having for inspiration, they're very cute, sometimes very pretty, they are unrealistic. They have this anime fantasy type of feel to them. And this can make it difficult for crocheters to actually mimic, because some of these images are completely impossible to crochet. There's no way you can crochet something like that. And people that are beginners and don't realize this or don't know the crochet art as well as other people would do, people that have been in the crochet community for a while now, they fall for these adverts and they fall for these patterns and they buy them. And some of these patterns are ridiculous prices. Some of them go up to $12. So it's a very intricate pattern. It's $12. You pay it and you never receive the correct pattern. You do receive a pattern, but it makes no sense. What's happening is if people buy once and they are getting scammed, they're not going back to buy other patterns as well because they think everything is a scam. So this is where it becomes harmful to us as crocheters if they are misusing this platform by creating fake products to sell to people that don't realize they're buying fake images or fake patterns. So at the end of the day, although these images are so beautiful and people like to share them in the crochet groups and share them as inspirations, they still do hurt us as designers and other artists as well. I pulled some of these AI images from Pinterest and we're going to go through them and I'm going to show you what to look out for. You are seeing these posts on Facebook from buy 100 patterns for $5, or you see these posts where people post an image and then they say, reply yes to receive this pattern. Most of those are scammers. But then you would be able to see in the image if it's a real crochet image or not. Sometimes they do use real crochet images, but they're all stolen patterns. They're just using images from Facebook or Instagram that they're uploading, and then just put a random pattern to the image and then they sell it. So they do that as well. So but we're going to go through the AI images, and I'm going to have some points where you should look out for in these posts. Here is a quick tips to look out for AI. If you're seeing these images, it's AI. So one, it's layering. They lay a lot of stitches on top of each other, and that is not really actually possible when you're crocheting because crochet stitches are very thick. So layering stitches like this on top of each other is going to make your work bulky and look messy. Second point, their work is always symmetrical. So the horns, the feet, the eyes, everything is always symmetrical. The eyes are always unrealistic. You can see they always have these highlights in the eyes, or they have these big, glowy, anime type of eyes. The hands sometimes has one or two fingers missing, or they have too many fingers, and the hands are always glowy and always one tone. They're not really realistic type of hands with texture and lines and freckles and stuff in it. And then another point is the amigurumi limbs, like they have double tails, or they have more than one leg, or they have too many legs or too little legs. So that is one thing that you can look out for. They never hold a crochet hook in their hand. It's always a pencil, a pen, or a paintbrush. That is one thing that you can look out for. But I'm going to do a separate video completely about AI and spotting the differences, because it's going to get a little bit long if I have to go through all of them. But that is the basic stuff that you need to look out for. Let's go on and let's make this a crochet bunny. Okay, so I'm going to ask ChatGPT to write me a pattern for a crochet bunny. I'm going to tell him to make a simple, easy pattern for beginners for making a bunny. And we're going to make this bunny and actually see how it turns out. I did ask ChatGPT, please write me an easy beginner-friendly pattern for amigurumi bunny. And I said, here's a super simple and beginner-friendly crochet pattern that you can make and easily adjust as you please. Looking at the materials, they tell me to use a worsted weight yarn in any color, and then a 3.5mm hook. That is not bad, because usually you do use a 3.5 with the worsted weight yarn. And then they also say using an 8mm eye, and that is something that can be incorrect, because if you're going to use worsted weight yarn with a 3.5 hook needle, that toy is going to come out quite big. The eyes can be a little bit too small, but we're going to see. And then it says stitch marker, tapestry needle, and scissors. So with the details that you need, the materials that they need, they're kind of on point. And then they do have abbreviations. They say we're going to use a chain, a single crochet, increase, decrease, slip stitch, and a magic ring. And then they say note that the bunny is working in continuous rounds, so you to use the stitch marker to keep track of your bunny. So that is quite accurate, but we will see when we crochet the pattern itself, do they use the stitch terms that they have required, or do they have something else that is not placed into the stitch abbreviations. Looking at the pattern itself, when I go to the pattern that wrote up, it said head and body, but when I look at the pattern itself, there is no body. There's only a head section, but at the end it says we need to stuff the body and the head, but there is literally no body section in the pattern. So we're going to see when we make it what it looks like, but yeah, so far as I can see from the pattern itself, there's no body. And then the ears, going through the ears also, it kind of makes sense. And then the arms also kind of makes sense, and the legs, yeah. I'm really interested to see what this looks like. But yeah, let's get started. Okay, so I will not be wasting my velvet yarn on this pattern. So I just took some of my yarn from my yarn wool, and I'm having my 3mm hook, 3.5mm hook. So I am using double knit because I don't have the worsted weight yarn now here with me. And like I said, I'm going to use my blanket yarn for this one. So I'm going to use double knit. It's fine as long as you just keep to what the pattern says you need to do. And the double knit is fine. We just want to see what the bunny actually looks like at the end. And yeah, maybe the 8mm eyes will work then if I'm using a light worsted weight yarn instead of a worsted weight yarn. But I'm going to start it. So it says I need to do the 6 in a magic ring and then 12, 18, 24 and 30 stitches. So we're going to do that now. So I do now have 30 stitches on my round, and now it says that from round 6 to round 11 I should single crochet in each round, each stitch around. Okay, so now I've finished the body section, or the head and the body. This is supposed to be the head and the body. Okay, so we're going to insert the eyes. They do say that you need to use 8mm eyes, and I do have 8mm here. And I'm going to put them in, and then let's see how they look. Say that the 8mm eyes need to be between rounds 8 and 9 and 6 stitches apart. 8 and 9 and then 6 stitches apart. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so now we have inserted the eyes, and so far if you are making a bunny, this is possible. Like, this is possible. So the pattern now calls for decreasing, so we need to close it up and then we have to stuff it. Okay, so according to the ChatGPT pattern, my body and head for my bunny is now done. So here we are. Okay, let's move on. Let's see what it's gonna look like at the end if we add the ears and the legs and the arms. But okay, so this is one ear. So in the pattern, it doesn't say that you need to close the bottom, because usually when you do a pattern, the designer will tell you to squeeze to close the top and then single crochet across to make sewing easier. But we're gonna follow the pattern to the number, so I'm not gonna close it at the top, and we're going to have to sew it on as it is. So this is one ear, so I need to make another one. At least it does tell you to make 2 and not just 1. So we're gonna make another one. Here we have both ears. So I went along and I crocheted all the pieces, and now I'm gonna put the bunny together. But what I did notice is they never once said that we need to stuff the arms and the legs, so I'm not gonna do that because the pattern tells me not to do it. So I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna follow this pattern to the number, and we're gonna see what it turns out. I can't believe I wasted my time and yarn on this project, but I'm doing it for you guys to show you what ChatGPT can do if you ask them to write you a crochet pattern for a bunny or whatever it is. So I'm going to show you what it looks like, and you're going to laugh because I laughed, and it's hilarious. Okay, so let me show you. So this is the free bunny pattern, the beginner-friendly bunny pattern that I asked ChatGPT to write for me. But first off, they didn't tell me where to place the arms or the legs. So they just said ears on top, arms on the side, feet at the bottom, and they didn't say just stuff it. So I didn't stuff the ears, I didn't stuff the limbs or the feet. And then the tail is literally just a flat round circle that you have to sew on directly in the center of the back. So yeah, there's the tail, and then the arms and the ears and the face. The face that just said made a little nose and whiskers. They didn't explain how, where, or what it should look like. The same with the arms. They didn't say where to place the arms, how to place the arms. But yeah, this is now the bunny that I requested them to write for me. So yeah. And then at the end, they actually say, that's it. You have made your first amigurumi. Feel free to experiment with different colors and yarns and make it your own. Happy crocheting. Yes. Okay. Okay. I think we're not gonna use ChatGPT to ask us for patterns, and yeah, because this is what we get, and this is not what we want. So yeah, we're gonna see if AI can actually rewrite, steal a pattern by rewriting it by just looking at the image. So I took my image from last week, this waffle the whale I did last week on the YouTube tutorial, and I uploaded that image to ChatGPT image, and I asked him to write a pattern for me. So let's go through it. Right off the bat, when I uploaded the image, it did tell me that I need to use a bulky weight chenille yarn because the whale was made in chenille. So he did pick up that it was chenille yarn. And then he is correct with the crochet hook size. It's a 4mm hook that I did use. The eyes are a little bit small. I did use a 14mm. He says a 12. So using a 12mm with chenille yarn, a 4mm hook, the eyes are is definitely going to be too small. And then it said like fiberfill stuffing, a tapestry needle, scissors, stitch marker is optional. So that is kind of correct because I did add that information into the pattern as well. It says magic ring, a single crochet, increase, decrease, slip stitch, and chain. That is what it added, and there is already incorrect because I did use a back loop as well in this whale. So it didn't mention anything about a back loop. So we're going to see how it puts the whale together as well, because my whale is a no sewing whale, and as I can see from the pattern scrolling through, that this is a complete sewing pattern. So it's completely apart. So the top part is separate, the bottom part is separate, the fins are separate, the tail is separate, and my pattern is written completely. The tail is one piece and the fins are two, but you add them as you make the body. So what I can really see from the pattern is not going to look like mine, because this pattern actually made the body completely, so from top to bottom, and it closed it up, and in the belly you have to make again, and you have to sew it onto the bottom of the body. But we're going to make it in any case, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. So I'm going to have like short clips where I go through and show you what I've made, but I'm not going to have a full tutorial of this pattern because it's not correct, and I don't want to make a full tutorial of it. So I'm just going to sit and make this, and then I'm going to show you what it looks like afterwards. So I will not be using chenille yarn because I'm not going to waste my yarn on a pattern that I know from just looking at it it's not going to work out. So I'm just going to use normal double knit yarn and a 3.5mm hook, and I'm going to crochet it and see how it turns out. So far I've made the belly and the two fins, and I think it can make a cute whale. So this is the belly part and then the two fins, but we're going to see when we put it together what it actually looks like. It just went downhill from here. It's like oh my goodness, no. They did well, but they couldn't. No. This is the tail of my whale. So I'm gonna finish it and just put it together and see what it looks like. But this is supposed to be the tail. This little pizza slice. You've got to be kidding me. Oh my goodness. Well, I want to show you the final results. And if you're drinking anything, if you're at this moment and you all have something in your mouth that is fluid, that can spew through your nose, swallow it now before I show you. So I'm going to wait. I'm going to count to 3. 1, 2, 3. So this is the final result of the whale. Safe to say, our crochet designers are still safe from ChatGPT not being able to steal our patterns. So this is what it looks like. This is the tail, the little pizza tail. And then the fins, and where's the eyes, and then the belly had to sew on afterwards. So it didn't mention where to put the fins or how to attach the tail, and it just said put the belly at the bottom and attach the fins, and that was it. So I just went with what a whale is supposed to look like. So this is what it looks like. Okay, so Okay. um, yeah, so we can safely assume us as designers are still safe. So for you out there watching this video, I don't know if you're going to watch this video, maybe, maybe not. But if you're watching this video and you're one of those people that said, no, we don't have to pay for patterns anymore, just take the image, upload ChatGPT image, and it will write the pattern for you. No need to buy patterns anymore. Well, I'm here to debunk it and say, you guys still need us as designers to write you proper amigurumi patterns. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck with this budgie mutant type of whale. That was so much fun to make, but yeah, we debunked both of them. We made the bunny, and the bunny turned out horrible, and then we made the whale, and it also turned out horrible. So that is it for today's video tutorial. We made our bunny. We asked ChatGPT to write out an easy beginner-friendly bunny pattern, and this is what it gave us. And then I asked him as well if he can actually copy my pattern of my whale, and this is what he came up with. So that is it for today's video. If you enjoyed watching the video and you want to see more of this type of content, comment below. I want to know what you guys are looking for, something I can talk about or change or even test out, maybe like I did with the ChatGPT. So let me know in the comments below. And yeah, that's it. Like and subscribe. I really appreciate all subscribe and watch my videos. It's so helpful for my channel. So yeah, that's it. Enjoy your day. And if you have ever seen somebody commenting and saying, oh, now I'm going to ask ChatGPT to create this comment, link this video below in the comments and show them, listen, it's not working. It's not true. ChatGPT can't write a pattern, nor can it copy a pattern from a paid designer's pattern.